Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Comm. My name is Tanay, Tiwari. With me, Ajay. Ajay, Jadeja. Welcome. Ajay, let's have a look first at the 10 overs mark. What's the score for Bangladesh? Of course, Sri Lanka put them into bat first after winning the toss. And the kind of timid batting approach, perhaps the outdated batting approach that they had in Sharjah, they've left those bags there. They've not carried any baggage. First, a very good power play, 55 runs in the power play. And then, despite losing 2 extra wickets, at the end of 10 overs, they're 85 for 3. Shakib still batting there, and that's important.
Yeah, important captain who's, taken over that side. At the moment, you see 23 of 20, but, there was a stage about 4 balls ago where he was, only 10 of 18.
Yeah.
So, he did the right thing. He needs to be there. He's the man who's going to, rally the men around him. So, he started doing the right things. And at this stage, Bangladesh looks to be in a very good position.
And especially the way they started, Mehdi Hasan Miraz to open isn't their regular opener. Opened alongside Sabir. Sabir couldn't stay. But Mehdi Hasan Miraz, as we say in Hindi, sar pe kafan bandh ke aaye the. One objective, go out, hit.
Absolutely, sar pe kafan bandh ke is a good way to put it. It's almost like they've, bought enough lotteries in the last couple of times. This is the 14th lottery that they bought amongst the openers in the last few games. And this one's paid off. I mean, it's paid off perfectly. And actually, sometimes it works that, somebody stays on beyond the time that you want them to be there. That's also not what happened. He stayed in that power play where, everyone else could take their time. He went out there, blazed away, and then left the stage away. Mushfiq, unfortunate to get out at that stage. But it was a perfect stage for the, the senior pros to now take over and take the side till the end. So that 36 is probably just the perfect what Bangladesh needed. It was like a tonic and a lottery number has, come good today.
It's come really good. And the way Bangladesh are batting, I mean, regardless of how the runs come, they're still coming, which means it'll be a concern for Sri Lanka, whose bowlers have done decently well, especially Asita Fernando on his debut, bowled really well. We've seen Mahesh Tikshana inside the power play as well. He was economical, something that you alluded to during the show.
Yeah. No, he's been exceptional, Tikshana, wherever we've seen him, and, especially to do that role. He's bowled 2. Today, in fact, he bowled fewer in the power play.
Yeah.
Generally, he bowls 3 all right at the front, which is tough. Yeah. But so he does the tough role, and then Hasaranga comes in and picks up a wicket, or when the field's open, he can flight the ball a little more. His 3 overs could make the difference here. If Sri Lanka has to come back, it'll have to be Hasaranga holding them back. Yeah. Because what have they got? 85 now in 10 overs?
85 and 10.
So if you double that with, 7 wickets in hand, you're looking at 170. Yeah. The only way it won't get there is if Hasaranga spins a web and,
Yeah, he does a celebration like this.
If he gets 3 more, or 2 more at least, then they don't get to 170. But if he doesn't get 2 more, then it's beyond 170.
It's going to be troublesome because Shakib has started gearing up. He started warming up out there. I mean, a few shots there were also gifts from Sri Lankan bowlers, but a few of them, he's really trying to accelerate. So the approach that we spoke about earlier seems to have shifted for Bangladesh. They've come out with a mission to score big today.
Yeah, I mean, they had to take a chance. I mean, the start that they had in the last game was terrible. I mean, and that was more to do with spin. Today, in the first, 10 overs, you had 3 and 1 4. Yeah. 6 overs from seamers probably gave you 80% of the runs. And the 4 overs from the spinners that you had in the first 10 gave you only about 20% of the runs. Yeah. So it's still that their struggles are against spin, and especially the wrist spin or the mystery spin that you call them. Correct. But with seam, they've been okay. So now, whatever stage is left, there's only 1 over from Tikshana. With these 2 guys set, I don't think that over will bother, but it's, again, I go back to how the Damruwalas
let me break it to you. Tikshana is a matter of concern for them because he's just gotten Shakib out. Yeah, so I can read on my Cricbuzz app, he's bowled him out, middle stump, he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know, because sitting here, if you get somebody bowled out like that, beaten is one thing.
Went inside out.
And somebody who's trying to, whack you, then the bowler has to just be accurate and straight, not beat
Which is something that Mahesh Tikshana has been all through this innings so far. I mean, he's bowled good paces. He's also mixed up his pace and length. And here again, he saw Shakib was going for that inside-out shot and knocked him over. So, and from now, I mean, if we take a look at that lineup before we go, the one thing that Bangladesh will have to be mindful of is, of course, they have Musaddiq right now. They also have Mehdi Hasan, Mahmudullah. But if they need to get to that 170, it's very important that Afif Hussain or Mahmudullah now bat through.
Yeah, because you only got 9 overs left after this one, but they will bat through. The problem is going to be that, I mean, the way I see it, if Hasaranga is brought on straight away from the other end, then you are offering something to the Bangladeshis and saying, listen, you want to take a chance here and end up with 140, or you just want to carry on and we'll see what happens at the end. So the next couple of overs will be great fun to watch. Mohammad is an experienced player, and you're absolutely right. It has to be one of these threes to be batting right at the end to get to that number at 170 now.
That is so true. There are 3 more overs of Wanindu Hasaranga left. If he can dry up the runs, Sri Lankan fans would hope that 170 that seemed very achievable by the time Shakib Al Hasan was out there might just be out of reach for Bangladesh. Of course, we'll wrap it all up in the Cricbuzz live show. That's all that we have for you on this installment of Cricbuzz Comm Box. Thank you, Ajay, for joining us. Thank you to all of you for joining in as well. We'll see you at the end of the 20th over.